What is up, everybody? Welcome back to my channel, Mystic Watch, and today we're doing a leaks unit analysis quick overview type of video thanks to Nordex Blazing. So as of last night, if you guys follow me on Twitter, you would have seen that I put a picture of the new app update for JP. We got a really cool new icon and that loading screen type of thing, and on top of that, whenever there's a new update, Nordex Blazing always does his best to try to find anything new that's in the data. So we got 4 new units and also some more information on Ninja Clash, but I'm going to go over that separately on a different video. Today is going to be going over 4 units that we're getting. It's going to be a Sage Naruto, Kirin Sasuke, Edo Tensei Zabuza, and of course the long-awaited Hashirama, which has its own kind of conversation to get to. But today I'm not alone. Joining me is going to be Kabuki. So
damn,
speak
man,
up.
you're not gonna let me introduce myself?
You could just, I don't know how you wanted to introduce
I was
you.
gonna say, is Suriku the best, better than the rest?
AKA
Man.
the White Knight. What do you want?
The AKA the White Knight? If you call me that, you're racist, man.
Oh my god. Psych. Okay. But
Alright, man.
so today, the screen that you guys are looking at is Nordex Blazing's Twitter channel. So as I always try to credit everyone, because I don't know, there's still people that confuse me. They're like, you never credit, and it's right here, Nordex Blazing. So starting off, we're gonna go over Kirin Sasuke, and yes, you're going to be looking at a picture of that free Naruto that you start the game off with, but this is a placeholder picture. But the Sasuke itself, you know, this is the Sasuke's card. So very quickly, these are his stats. He has 1346 HP, 1182 attack. He is long range. He is a 6-star. He is a skill unit, and on top of that, he has really cool jutsus and dupe abilities. Well, I wouldn't say cool dupe abilities, but very good dupe abilities. And honestly, of the whole batch of cards, he's probably the one I'm the most interested in. So his field skill is reduce heart elemental damage by 15 to 20%. Buddy skill is reduce heart. And the thing is, so are all of his dupe abilities. They are 5 reduce heart damage by 10%, which is amazing considering the fact that, you know, he's weak to heart units. So he's going to be almost a must-have on any skill team that you're running against a heart raid. So who are some heart raids? What, Yugito, Orochimaru, Kabuto?
Yeah, Kabuto, yeah.
Those are the 3 that I can think of off the top of my head. So pretty much, if those units or those raids ever come back around and you guys are having some issues, this Sasuke will be really useful to get those pearls and any future objectives that are gonna come up with heart raids. And the best part about him is his jutsu abilities. Not jutsu ability, his jutsus. His ninjutsu is 4 times attack towards one enemy, neutralizes element affinity based damage, and knocks him back. So pretty much neutralizes element affinity based damage reduction is a fancy word of saying he doesn't do reduced damage.
I don't think he does that, man. I really don't think he does that. I feel like he disables the shields or something, and Nordex just got it wrong, because there's no way he can do that. He's too good then. He's an under 25 unit, right? That does like, you know, typeless damage to every unit.
But it's like he doesn't do effective damage, right? It's the same thing as Madara.
Yeah, it's the same thing as Madara, but it's still typeless damage, you know? It's still like, you know, he's got an advantage over every other unit, and then it's just like, is he paid to win? Because he's under 25. I mean, he's under 28. That's the most important part. They wouldn't give you a free under 28 card like that just to farm, you know?
So this is actually what we were talking about before I started out the video. So we were thinking, because we know, if you guys watched the video where I went over the scan, I talked about how we're getting a Sage Mode Naruto for free, and that is another card that I'm going to be going over, but I never mentioned a Kirin Sasuke. So the weird thing is that, you know, where does he come in? Is he going to be a banner? Is he going to be some sort of reward? Is he going to be, you know, is he going to be free? Or what we ended up thinking was, it's most likely going to be the reward for Ninja Clash mode. So the PvP mode, most likely, if you end up, same thing as Phantom Castle, you know, if you manage to finish in the highest bracket of however it ends up working out, you'll most likely end up getting 6 copies of this unit. Yeah. Or, you know, however they break it down, 2 copies for doing this way, you know, another copy for doing this or something like that. But at the end of the day, if you do really well in PvP, most likely this card will be the reward.
Yeah.
And if that's the case, because Phantom Castle units have always had a issue of being subpar. Of course, you got your exceptions. Your sexy Jutsu Naruto. Who else from Phantom Castle is good? Iruka. Even
the new Neji is really good.
And on top of that, even the 5-star units that Bravery Sakura.
Yeah.
She was really good. Even though almost all of them, like when the
really good tank. So
it was like, you know, you have a couple of them good, but in between, like your Mu, your Sasori, you got your, you know, they're underwhelming.
Shitsui.
Yeah, Shitsui.
Let's not forget about.
So it's like, if this ends up being the PvP reward, I'm actually going to be pretty happy. It all just comes down to how hard is it going to be to obtain.
They're gonna put it behind a huge wall of grind, man. Like a huge wall of grind. So I'm telling you, man. They're gonna make us work for this unit. If he is that good, they're gonna make us work for it. And judging from the timeline, I think he's the one that fights Deidara. Because we got a heart, you know that heart rate Deidara where he.
No, but he doesn't use Kirin on Deidara.
He does his lightning base. Remember Deidara's like, I'm Earth, right? I got Earth type, and then Sasuke's like, yeah, lightning beats that, and then he does, you know.
Yeah, but the ultimate jutsu translation is simply Kirin.
Yeah. Right? Remember the time when he throws the sword into the ground?
And he neutralizes all the bombs.
Kirin technically, but he gets a lightning spark in there.
Yeah, he like neutralizes all the bombs that Toby put down. But like, the thing is, the first time you hear about Kirin is against Itachi. Yeah. Well, it's going too much about this one unit, but pretty much, you know, this is most likely going to be a repeat unit, which we haven't gotten yet. You know, like all the units that we get have always been a new character in a sense, or you know, if we got one Naruto, the next Naruto we get is from a different spot in the timeline. Yeah. So the fact that we're getting a Sage Mode Naruto and another Kirin Sasuke, wherever it ends up falling down, is going to be the first time we're getting repeat units. So this is kind of opening the way for, you know, we know for, in a sense, that we are going to start getting units again that have already been released at some point. Like, that was always kind of understood, but now it's like, they're beginning it. Okay, next we're going to be taking a look at Sage Mode Naruto. So, like I said, this is the placeholder picture for him. He is going to be a Wisdom unit, and he has 5 Bravery Reduction abilities. Is that the same thing as Iruka, or is that backwards?
I think Iruka's got Wisdom. Doesn't he? Wisdom. He's got Wisdom. He can tank Wisdom damage.
Okay, is he Wisdom and can tank Wisdom, or is he Bravery and can tank Wisdom?
He's Wisdom and he can tank Wisdom.
Okay, that's weird. But yeah, it's pretty good. And the thing is, this Naruto,
actually, I might be wrong. I might be wrong. I'm pretty sure he is dead. I'm pretty sure. I can check right now.
Either way, this Naruto is gonna go down to 20 cost. So. And he's going to be free to play. Not free to play. He's going to be a free unit. Like, I'm 99% sure. Because we were told that we were going to get a free Naruto for logging in. And I don't know if they're going to give it all Narutos to us. Like, you know how we got the Minato and the other Naruto for celebrations? And they gave him to him. They gave him to us at max dupes. I don't know if,
fully duped,
I don't know if this one's going to be the same way. Because it said continuously, like, log in for more rewards. So, this one could be, like, maybe every... Because anniversary is supposed to be like a month long. They might give you like 2 a week or something like that.
Yeah.
So that's the other thing.
Or just login bonuses or limited events that they have. They haven't done any, but limited ninja trials.
So he is the same way I just described the Sasuke. His field and buddy skill all reduce bravery elemental. He is a mid-range. So once again, if you are running a wisdom team into that bravery raid, he's going to be really good. And on top of that, he'll be really good for under 28s as well. And then his ninjutsu and his ultimate jutsu are just very generic stuff, where it's single target ninjutsu, ultimate jutsu is AoE. Besides that,
he's like Iruka, by the way. I checked. He's bravery. Iruka does bravery reduction.
Okay, but Iruka is wisdom.
Yeah, same thing.
Okay, so that's really all I had to say about that Naruto. He wasn't that interesting. He was just. That's most likely going to be the free one, and the free, you know.
He doesn't have good jutsus, or
he has average jutsu. They're just single target and ultimate, like single target.
He's also a 6-star, so we get a free 6-star, right?
Yeah, that's true. That's the first time we're getting a free 6-star, because all the other previous free units have always been 5 stars. So his ninjutsu is just a single target, 3.5 times attack. Ultimate jutsu is 7.5 times attack AoE. So for a free unit, you know, he's definitely fine. But nothing nothing completely mind-blowing.
Yeah.
Next is going to be the Zabuza. So this one doesn't even have a placeholder picture. It's just empty. So he's going to be heart with skill damage. I don't know why they're just releasing waves of damage reduction people, or at least this batch of units. So he's going to be heart with a bunch of 5 skill damage reduction abilities. All of them, 10% damage reduction. And the thing with him is that that's actually not that good compared to the other way around, just because if you're heart blocking, you're already blocking skill.
Yeah.
So it doesn't do much after the fact. Like anything where it's like you are the effective, like if you're tanking against that type and you're doing an objective, you usually have no problem doing that.
Yeah.
So it's like usually these, in terms of the abilities that you can block, having dupe abilities where you block the type you're effective against is the worst compared to any other one.
Yeah.
So that's really it. Other than that, mid-range, what was his stats again?
He's got, his stats are crappy, but he's got really good jutsus, man. Like really good jutsus.
It reminds me of like Bravery Gara stats.
No. It's his jutsus, man. He's got
Oh yeah. So 60% chance of immobilization for 1 turn on his normal jutsu, right?
Yeah.
So that kind of triggers me for Hashirama, but and then its ultimate is silent killing. So I don't know if they're gonna reuse the same exact.
They will. They always do that. They always use the reused animations.
Okay. Oh, I forgot Edo Zabuza exists in. Oh my god, the phone. Oh my god, Kabuki, keep him company.
Hey guys, it's Hero Blazing. Watch my song videos. That's it. Yo, guys, go check out Hero Blazing.
Oh my god.
I mean, what? Yo, you back?
Okay, but pretty much his ninjutsu can immobilize, and for an emergency mission unit to have a 60% chance of immobilizing on a ninjutsu, it's pretty solid. Then his ultimate gives him 2 perfect dodges for 3 turns on top of a 10 times attack. So he's going to be doing about 10,000 damage, and then he's going to gain some perfect dodges right after, which is not bad. It's like they took Itachi's ultimate and they kind of like they tuned it for the emergency mission unit.
That's a new ninjutsu as well. Water prison. He's got the dragon, but this is water prison, so that's pretty nice.
Oh, okay. Oh yeah, you're right.
Yeah.
And then finally, we got the Hashirama Sage Mode Blazing Festival unit.
Oh no.
Okay, so if you guys haven't already checked out Kabuki's video, well, let's go over first.
If you haven't disliked my video, sorry, you should correct yourself mistake.
So, oh my god. So this is Hashirama, once again, placeholder. Oh, and little notice, if you guys already made it this far into the video, is that these are all leaks from Nordax Blazing prior to when they came out in the game. So nothing we say here is guaranteed to show up in the game. We could get something different, and it happened with Tsunade.
Yeah, it did happen with Tsunade.
So, what we say right here and right now is only based on what we currently know. Of course, they're going to be similar to what we're reading, but they might not be the exact same thing.
Yeah.
So, just a little, disclaimer. So, moving on, 1806 HP, 1326 attack, long range. So, off the back, very low attack for a Blazing Festival unit that is long range, considering the fact that we got a vast Obito with 1500 attack. The way it should work with ranges is short range has the highest attack, long range has the lowest attack, or vast range,
Yeah.
So as you increase in range, your attack should decrease. But the fact that someone with a larger range has more attack goes against, what it should be in a sense. So first things first, low attack. Next is his dupe abilities. On first thought, I thought his dupe abilities were really good, and then Kabuki explained it, and then I realized that actually they're not that good. So his dupe abilities in order are, they're all reduced damage abilities, just like the ones that I was reading off before, but they're different where they're not 10%, they're 25%, and he has 1 for each element. So it starts with heart, body, bravery, wisdom, then skill. And the most important thing that Kabuki pointed out was that the skill damage reduction dupe ability is the final one. which makes it extremely horrible because the biggest point is that, you know, you're going to be running this Hashirama. Like, you run, when you're doing objectives, you run the type that you have to, you know, if you're running into a heart raid, and you're doing body, you know, body only, you're going to do it once and that's it, you're done. You're moving on, right? You're never going to, if you're farming the unit, then you're never going to run, like, or, like, you're only going to run type effective units against any raid if you're farming it, and then you're going to run whatever other types that exist solely for pearls. You know, you do it once, you move on. You're never going to do it again. So, which is the reason that makes his dupe abilities not that good. And like I was explaining with the Zabuza, that, you know, the best dupe ability to have is damage reduction against the type you're weak against, not the type you're effective against. So the other 4 dupe abilities are almost worthless.
No, they're completely worthless. If you look at it from the standpoint, you're never gonna have a rainbow team in this game. It's not designed for a rainbow team unless they make leader skills, which I'm not sure, because I feel like he might be really good at PvP, but like we have to find out how PvP works. So.
Yeah, and on top, we are getting sync skills, so it might, you know, things might change up with that. But as of right now, you know, based on what we currently know, it's not good at all. So if he had, let's actually go over his other stuff. We'll get back to the dupe abilities. Field skill restores 150 to 200 health. Buddy skills restores 200 health. So we got a person who can field heal and buddy heal, which in that, you know, just based on that, that's pretty decent. You know, Madara can heal 200, which is the highest buddy heal. His field heal is just, you know, it's nice, considering that he's long range. He can heal on average more than people that aren't long range. And
so
then
back to if I can cut in real quick, right? Like if his body skill is completely useless at that point, right? Because you're gonna have him at field because he heals more that way, right?
Yeah.
So like they could have gave him a better buddy skill where I don't know. They could have done something unique with his buddy skill. But right now it's just like I don't see the point of having 200 buddy skill if he's gonna be always on the field.
Yeah, considering he's long range and he's tanking,
yeah,
you wouldn't ever want to put him away.
Yeah. That's just, it's like it just works against him, you know. The buddy skill works against him.
Well, I mean, by that same logic, even if he didn't have a buddy skill, it wouldn't do anything. But if the buddy skill was like attack up for body units or something like that, then you can switch him out if you want to nuke.
Yep.
Which would be pretty good. But other than that, you wouldn't, like, if you use his jutsus, you swap him out, and then you can nuke with whoever the other side is. So like if you got a who's hard hitter for body?
Killer Bee,
exactly, right? You got your Killer Bee, who has a high multiplier, so he just runs through with, like, if they gave a 300 attack up for body only, that'd make his buddy skill really good.
Yeah.
And then his jutsus are single target for his first one, and then he has that, like, Kazekage Gara style, you know, utility where he has 2 things where he can do. He can do seal health recovery and attack reduction, each having their own 40% chance of succeeding. The way I look at it, sealing health recovery, almost no enemy heals in this game. Roughly, like I'd say like 90% of the enemies or the stuff that you face, they don't heal. So
there's only been 2 healing enemies so far. I think it was Sakon and Danzo. That's it. Other than that, and
I was gonna say, like, in Ninja Roads, maybe 1 map.
Oh yeah. Probably.
That's really it. So other than that, you're not gonna. I consider that part useless. You're doing it for the attack reduction and 40% chances. You know, if you have less than a coin flip chance to get it, you know, it's not that good.
It's not.
And then ultimate is the 15 times attack AOE. The multiplier is fine, you know, but the sealing jutsus for 6 turns and 2 turns of mobilization, each with a 40% chance. Once again, the issue comes down to the coin flip. You have a worse chance than a coin flip to get it, and when it comes to multiplayer doing this online, it's unreliable.
Definitely, yeah.
And this is not just like I realized this when Madara came out. I got all of his dupes, and I got that final dupe ability, which was the 20% chance to not use chakra on his ultimate jutsu. Thinking, and we all thought like that was the most badass. It is really cool. We thought that was gonna be the most busted thing ever. And then we realized that, you know, it doesn't really do much because it never happens, and you can't rely on it. So this is kind of the same situation where it's such a low chance where you can't rely on it you can't reliably use it expecting a nice outcome. Like if you're in a situation where it's you're like, oh shit, I'm gonna die unless I immobilize them next turn. This Hashirama ain't for you. That's really what it comes down to.
Yeah.
So the biggest thing is he a bad unit? I don't think he's a bad unit, but I don't think he's deserving of Blazing Fest at all.
Yeah,
like
that's true.
If he was a non-Blazing Fest unit, I wouldn't be that. I'd be like, okay, you know, he's a decent unit. But being a Blazing Fest unit and being a little bit underwhelming, or a decent amount underwhelming like this, kind of disappoints me. So if you guys are watching this video, personally, I suggest you skip this Hashirama.
Is it 100% confirmed he's a Blazing Fest unit?
According to Nordex, yes, but once again, like, it can change. But no, yeah. it is, because if you... Nordex had another thing where it was another campaign notice where he said, where is it? First anniversary campaign right here. Round 6, Hashirama Senju, bravery unrivaled, joins the Blazing Festival at 5 stars. The second round of Blazing Festival also begins in mid-August. Okay. So, yeah. He's going to be the Blazing Fest unit. There's no...
Man, it's just disappointing, man. It's like he's really good for Phantom Castle, in my opinion. Then again, like, Gara has jutsu ceiling, and this guy only has attack reduction.
And isn't Gara's 60% chance?
Yeah, Gara's pretty high. Gara's pretty high up.
That's the problem. It's like anything below 60% chance. And the thing is, if you didn't realize, is that where does this thing go? The immobilization for 2 turns is AoE, right? I was watching your video, and then I realized one thing that you didn't mention was that the free farmable Hashirama has a higher immobilization chance on his ultimate jutsu.
I'll say there you have it, man. Well, then it can be said, right, that what he does, you know how like 50% of his kit can be made up of like free to play units. You got Four-Tail Naruto that has 20% damage reduction, or 25. I'm not too sure.
It's
and
25,
then you
I'm
got,
pretty sure.
It's 25.
Yeah.
Yeah, and then you got 2 Sakuras, and that's 50% of his kit from a free-to-play standpoint. So if you really want to pull him and go out your way, you're much better off just farming that Naruto and 2 Sakuras.
On top of that, he's a 80 cost unit. So if you don't get any
80 cost,
yeah, with max dupes he's sitting at 40. So that puts him at 80 cost, you know.
Oh, RIP.
So that's the other thing. Like, why would you you run 2 Sakuras in the back line, you can fit anyone else you want. Like, your entire team slot is open. But if you run 1 Hashirama, you're constricting your team.
I didn't even know he was at 80 cost. If he's 80 cost with this, this is not worth it. This is not worth it for 80 cost. They really want you to pull dupes.
The only thing that I'll give him is that he has the jutsu damage. That's it.
Yeah.
15 times multiplier for 8 chakra is pretty high. That's all I'll give him.
But his attack damage is so low.
Yeah,
it's only 1400 with pills.
So that's really it. It was the same thing like the that I complained about with the EMS Sasuke that can like the Wisdom Sasuke that had like low attack but like a 20 times multiplier, and everyone was like, "Oh, he's insane." I said the same exact thing. I said he has low attack, which is why that high multiplier, it ends up coming out to the same amount of damage as almost any other unit.
Yeah.
So that's really it. We already this is a 25-minute video. Jesus Christ. Okay.
You want to talk about Minato real quick and how he should have been the Blazing Fest character, man?
For Minato, the only downside to his banner was that he wasn't Blazing Fest. Yeah. And that you're pulling for a single unit rather than on Blazing Fest you're pulling for a bunch of good units.
Yeah.
If Minato was a Blazing Fest banner, people would pour their money into that.
I'm telling you, man. I would have. I'm pretty sure I would have. Like, I'm thinking if I should even if I want to save for anniversary because Minato's so good.
The thing is, like, on my video, I said that I was going to use my stones on Minato. And on my video where I talk about who to use stones on, I say that at the current point in time, no one's worthy of stones. Yeah. And now, like, we had, like, that's only, like, 5 or 6 new units after that. So it's like, considering majority of the character roster was already here, and I don't think anyone was worthy of using a stone. Yeah. Maybe your exceptions being, like, Sage Mode Naruto, Hidan. That's really it. But even Hidan, no. Like,
no, Hidan.
I say
you don't really need it now. Maybe back in the day.
I say Sage Mode Naruto and this KCM Minato are the only ones worthy of a dupe. And on top of that, we're gonna be able to buy Sage Mode Naruto with the Granny Cat Shop.
Are you gonna buy him?
Yeah, I'm
just gonna buy any unit that you don't have.
I'm gonna start with any unit that I don't have, and then I'm gonna max them out.
all right, cool, cool.
So that's really, I think we covered everything that we needed to cover. So this was a, I was gonna say general overview, but we did go into detail for almost every unit, so you guys have an idea of what's coming up and what to expect and our opinions on it. Once again, these aren't the set in stone. They could be, but you know, they also could not be. Everything can change. You know, maybe every single thing is wrong, maybe every single thing is right. Just remember that moving forward, and don't, you know, I hate when people like just like, oh, you lied to us,
Yeah.
like, you know, try to use some common
I saw
sense.
that on
Thank you.
Twitter today. It's like, oh, I got baited. I got baited by Bandai, right? And then like you got baited by the leaks. They didn't even release a official statement because now we're
Yes.
getting less stones than we're like the leaks first said. Like, no,
Yeah.
that says we were gonna get 200, right?
Everything is changing. You know, nothing is official until it comes out.
Mm-hmm.
That's the biggest thing to know.
You know, it's
You know, thanks to Nordex, we have an idea of what's coming up, but that's it. Other than that, you
Yeah.
can't take it with a grain of salt.
mm-hmm.
So that's really it. Thank you, Kabuki, for joining me today.
Oh, you mean Riku the best, man?
Oh yeah.
Get
Riku
my
the
name
best.
right, all right?
Okay, my bad, Riku. I actually call him Roku every single time because I like my Roku to watch my Crunchyroll. Either way, thank you for joining me today. It was a good video. So I hope you guys enjoyed. If you disagree, let me know why. Not just I hate you, you're stupid type of thing, which I'll get plenty of anyways. But yeah, thank you guys for watching. If you stayed around till the end, I appreciate it. So that's really it, and peace out.
Use code Kabuki, please.
Yeah, go use code Kabuki. Peace.
Oh, all right.